Okay, guys. In the last class, we discussed about forecasting methods. Forecasting methods are two types, which is depending on quality forecasting, quantity forecasting. Now, this class, I would like to continue and to talk on the plant location or the facility location. In this slide, we are going to be discussing about, you just assume that you are having a company or you are going to start a company or a factory, or somebody was asked you, I want to start my plant, my factory layout. So where I can able to start, or if in case my company was well settled for the past 15 years and 20 years, business was so dull. So how I can able to develop my business? Can you please help me out of this? Or somebody may ask you like, I would like to go my business with international level. Can you help me with your ideas? So these kind of general transactions will have everywhere of the business. And whoever advised to these people will be called as advisory members. They may work for the company or they will be having a individual body whenever the clients are asking their doubts or whenever they require any advices, and these people are ready to advise to them. They are working like a independent facilitators. Now here the context is plant location or facilities location. When you are going to start a company or a plant, so what kind of forecast you will be having? When you are going to be select one particular location, like for selling your product, Madhya Pradesh is a correct location for you because this is the exactly heart of the India. So Jammu and Kashmir or Kanyakumari is same distance to me. Throughout India, if I get any orders, I can able to easy to transfer the products. Some manufacturers may think like that. Some people, they may think like, I would like to start my plant or a factory in special economic zone, because nowadays transferring of the product on time is going to be very important task. So some people may think this is also important to them. So what I would like to tell you is, while you are going to be establish your plant or your factory, you need to think about multiple factors, multiple variances. After that only you will be select the best location to start your factory. If you are selecting a particular location to start, importantly, we need to think in future we are in a position of well developing situation. How we can expand our company? Is there any possibility of to expand your company in the same location? You will see that what kind of policies we can able to have. Plant related, government, what kind of restrictions are there on your industry, what kind of product we are producing. In future you are going for product diversification, different products you are going to be producing. By that time, will your plant will be supporting you or not, or you are going to change your market. You are selling your product so far only in Chennai market. Now you are going to extend your market from Chennai to Delhi or Jammu and Kashmir. So by that time, what kind of market conditions over there, what kind of rules and regulation, what kind of taxes and tariff and duties are there. You need to think all these things before you are going to select a location to start your company. But most of the manufacturers will be looking to that where it is availability of raw material, because raw material is one of the important element where the companies will be looking to that and they will start their plant. Now, the result of the plant location, why I would like to choose this is the best location for me. For that, you need to follow some strategic decisions. So, if you want to select a particular location, being a company management, you must be clarify that three important points, because this is commonly faced by the all the companies. I hope you can able to see here the 3 points. First one, when starting a new organization, you are going to start a new company, new business. By that time, what kind of location facilities you have to think? Because first time you are going to start your company in one particular location. What are the important elements? You need to think, if I start my company in this location, what are the positive points to me and what are the negative aspects to me? Second criteria, in case existing organization, I already told you earlier also. If the company was already established for the past 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, now they want to expand their business, how you will help to them? Third criteria, which is going to be talking about in case of global location. Your company was well settled in one country. Now you are looking that you want to sell your product in international wide, global wide, you are trying to sell your product. So by the time, what kind of elements you will be think or considered for your plant? Now we'll see the first point. In case location choice for the first time of the new organization. Now you please tell me, if you are starting your business by the first time, what kind of factors you will be considered before you are going to start your factory or by your company? Okay, if you are starting by the first time, what you will do is you will be considered about these 3 and sub points. First, identification of the region. One particular location we are going to be select. Now we need to be justify why we are selecting this location. I hope you can able to see the BA students. So BA students are 1 week back, they have completed their mini project and with the presentation also got over. So in the mini project, there is a one statement which is going to be called as justification of the title. Why you are choosing this project topic? Why this topic is so important for you? You need to be justified. Same point here also, in case you are selecting any specified location to start your factory, first you need to be identifying the region. So why I need to select the Chennai market, Chennai region, or Delhi or Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, or whatever the location. So why you are choosing? You need to know very clearly the justification of to start your plant in the particular location. So once you are able to justify, that is well and good. Now your justification or whatever you are targeting, you should be think very clearly. That should be helpful for you in the long run. 40 years, 50 years, more than on that also you need to be think, and you need to select by the particular region. Second point, which is going to be talking about choice of a site within the region. You said Chennai region you are going to be selecting. In Chennai, again we are going to have different locations. So in which location you are going to start your layout? Whether east, south, north. For example, I am going to select the North Chennai. So North Chennai, what are the locations are there? Now, why you are choosing this specifically by this location? What kind of location benefits you are going to be get? You should be justified. If I start my layout in this location, whether will you able to get land by cheaper price? Or that is an industrial corridor location, or that is far away from the city, so that it won't be have any kind of disturbance for the regular public. You need to be justified while you are selecting by the any specified region. Third point, important one, dimensional analysis. So we will be have 360-degree appraisal. So from top to bottom, we need to go for a detailed analysis. So in the 360-degree appraisal, what we are going to see, if you are starting your layout by the first time, whether in your selected region or in your location, will it be available good quantity of raw material? Yes, huge quantity of raw material will be available. Then go ahead. Because raw material is an important element of your plant. If it is available in the particular location, huge in number, then ultimately you need not depending on anybody else. Previous classes also we had a discussion on that. Too much of drinking water is available, so that the beverage industries they are very much happy to start their plant in particular location. Because manufacturing of the beverages, liquid, the water is going to be very essential for them. So if it is available huge in number, then definitely they will show interest to start their industries over there. Aluminium, iron. So where it is available, so automatically in that location, Tata company or some other Jindal Steel also, they will show interest to start their companies at Odisha. So they require raw material, core iron. So raw material basis also, you can be choose your location. Second thing, like nearness to the market. So wherever you are choosing your plant, the plant is very close to the market. The entire world is saying like India is the best market. In Indians are having a rational behavior. They will ready to buy duplicate products, cheaper products, medium quality, higher quality products also. So what are products you are producing, you are very happy to sell your product in India. And also in quantity size, the Indian population is more than 130 crores. So more than 40% people are youngsters. So this is a good market for you to start your plant. Go ahead. Because after manufacturing the product, people has to buy. So you are starting your plant at near to the market. So ultimately you will become a market leader. You will be earning by the super profits. So we'll definitely recommend that you can start your market. You can able to get the super profits. Power facilities. We should require electricity to run off machineries. We are using coal, thermal, electronic in different ways to generation of the power and to move your machines. 24 into 7 you should be required power facilities. That is the reason most of the companies, what they will do, they will talk to the concerned electricity boards in the particular state, and they will have a separate transformer. They will be seeing the performances of the, they will be approaching to the electricity boards, and they will be getting separate transformer for continuous supply of the power. It should not be any disturbance. If there is a power supply problem, then automatically what will happen? You are wasting your time. Material may stop in between. Sometimes what will happen? Material should work in a flow. If any flow was stopped, it may disturb by the entire batch, or some products may be cause of damage. So there are multiple factors are there. All these things we need to be considered, so that we'll talk to the governments and we'll get power facilities. But most of the time what will happen? Very small and tiny industries are, they don't have the capacity of to maintain by the separate transformer, so that they will be paying money to the government on EV charges, and whenever there is a power problem, and these companies will be temporarily stop their production. And the next one is transport. We need road, train, marine, airway transportation. We will see that once we manufacture the product, can we transfer our product to any other country by on time? For that, we are having a strong mechanism of the transportation facilities near to our plant or not. I'm telling an example. If you have your plant near to NSK or by the very close to the Kim's Hospital or Kilpauk, you will be getting very close contact with the marine, train, and the bus, Coimbatore bus stand. So all the way you will be getting a good feasibility of transport. So in that location, the companies will show the interest to create their companies, so that transportation will be very cheaper, and speedily they will be transfer their products to the concerned suppliers or whoever actively involved in the logistics. Next one, government policy. So what are the policies are prepared by the government for effective development of the industries? Now, government was recognized. These are the industries. If you want to start in India, we will give you permissions within 14 days. We will assist you financially. We will assist you to sell your product. So we will see that the specified industries, what are all mentioned by the government of India or the specified governments, accordingly that also they will be start their industries, and they will be getting much more benefit from the government. Even government is involving, so that it is very easy for you to find out the location, to get approvals, or to sell your products. So this is an ultimate benefit for us. So we can follow according to the government policies. And the last important one is labor. Indian employees, Indian labor throughout the world having by the greatest demand. If you see any country, certain positions, key positions which was occupied by the Indians. Indians were named as hard worker and sincere workers. So these people, if you pay an attention, recognize their work, give them proper incentives, fulfill their needs, you can exact more work from these employees. That is the reason the entire world will be looking at to the India to getting of the best labor or by the best employees. Other countries also employees will work, but they will have certain restrictions. We will work for only 5 days in a week. We won't work for more than 8 hours. The Indians they don't have any work restriction. If you give a proper salary and recognize to them, they are ready to work for the 7 days, 24 hours. And the Indian labor also available with cheaper prices when compared to any other country. That is the reason most of the IT companies, they will try to recruit the employees from India, because Indians are now they are very happy to work from home. So that is also one of the best for the countries. And the last one is taxes. So the Indian government also mentioned very clearly about the taxes system. If you are doing your business on agriculture related, you are completely exempted from the tax. You need not to pay for the tax because agriculture business is a tax free. Or if you are starting your industry in backward area, 10 years you need not to pay any taxes. So certain tax exemptions also available for the industries, and those factors also we need to be considered while we are taking a step forward to start our industry. Now, next one. So far we are discussing about if you start your plant by the first time. Now, second case. In the second case is already you have selected one location. You are doing your sales. You are earning your profits. Now, the company was already existed. Now, they want to develop. So what kind of key elements you will be suggest to them? First thing is plant manufacturing distinct products. Initially, you are focusing on manufacturing of only one product. Now, what is happening is they are recommending us. What kind of recommendation? You can start to manufacturing of different products. In your plant, you should not manufacturing by only one product. For example, Lenovo. Now, the recommendation to the Lenovo company is you can manufacture mobile phone, you can manufacture iPad, you can manufacture tabs, laptop, projectors, etc. in the one particular location. So one company, they are manufacturing of different distinct products. All these different products are, which is really helpful for to strong in your company. So if the company is already existing, please go with manufacturing of different products. You will be getting marketing advantage. The second point, which is talking about manufacturing plant supplying to the diversified market area. So in this point, they are talking us, you can manufacture your product, but don't sell only in one market. You're just focusing on in the national level. You can sell your product in different states. So far, your plant was existing in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka. You are selling your product only in that state. Now, your advisory members are suggesting you why we are selling only in Karnataka or by Tamil Nadu. Now we'll go for other states also to sell our products. While you have the thought in your mind, your supply will be increased. There is a scope of increasing your demand also. Trial and error will produce extra 1,000 products, will sell in Karnataka, Gujarat or Delhi or some other location. People are showing interest to buy your products. So automatically what will happen? Your company market area will expand from state level to national level. So ultimately your product will be available throughout the India. Even if I go with Singapore, Malaysia, or if I go to Agartala, I can able to get Coke, Pepsi. They are having international level tie-ups. Everywhere the product will be available. But certain products are only available within India only because they are limited. Their supply and demand was limited only to the India. So their market area is the whole India only. They will give competition and domination only in Indian market. Third point, which is talking about the plant divided on the basis of the process or stage of the manufacturing. I hope you are seeing in the national highways, certain lorries will be moving without any body. Only will have choice, tires, and one person will be driving. So why he is doing like that? Because in Chennai, one location, they are manufacturing only by engine choice tires only. Another location, they will do body framing work. So wherever the body framing work was going on, in the same location only, they will try to sell about their products. So if in case the market is huge for you or the plant size is very, very small, by the time the same work, the same process you can divide. For example, A to F work only will be doing here and rest of work will be doing at the plant B. Or we are having the two plants, Raipuram one plant, Pundamalli one plant. So this plant will do only this, and after completing this, will transfer to the Pundamalli, and they will do the final work. So people will share their work, and accordingly that they will be performing their task. And the last one is plant emphasizing the flexibility. All the time you should be think your plant should be having a spacious. When you have the spacious, and so that only you will be think what you can do for the next level development of your plant. How you can able to start furthermore operations or furthermore businesses in the same location. You will be getting an idea. Okay, we have seen that first point, you have started the first time. We have seen that the company was existed in national level. Now, third point, we are talking about in case of global market. You are trying to sell your product in international level. So by the time, what kind of elements you will be observing? In case you want to develop your industry in international level, you have to see about two important reasons why you want to go for the international level or global level to sell off your products. First one, tangible reason. Second one, intangible. So tangible reaching means everybody knows that my product has to seen. So the product was compulsory, every customer has to use. By using of the product, everybody should convey their satisfaction. The important point is here, everybody should know about my product. By the time I will be earning by the profits. Even one time if you bought my product, Indian population is 130 crores. Even one time you bought, my company will be sustained. So the tangible reason is everybody should buy our products. So this is a tangible, this is known by the everybody. So that only all companies will be fighting to sell their product in international markets also. Next one, intangible reasons. So intangible reasons means these are inherent, we cannot able to see, but these are also important reasons for why the companies are showing interest to go for the international level markets. First one, customer related reasons. Every customer will have different reasons to buy about your product. Maybe your product is suitable for his health condition. The product is matching with his demand or by the requirements. The product is completely matching with my pocket, prices or budget. Or your product is really satisfying all my needs. So different expectations are, it was satisfied by your product, so that I'm happy to buy your product. So customer related, they will convey their message to buy your product. Second thing, organizational learning and related reasons. So organization, what they are thinking, like they want to go for the experiment. They are not at all happy with the existing market. They would like to go for the all the countries throughout the world. They want to all 198, including 198 territories, every country they are supposed to use up my product. So that only we are selling our products. So companies also may think, I want to earn the profit, so that I want to expand my product throughout the world. And the last one is other strategic reasons. So because of the competition is very low in the market, or sorry, competition is very low in the particular market, or much more resources are available in the market, so that I would like to show that I'm very much interested to start my company over there. So many elements will be also taking an active lead role to start out the their organization. Sometimes what will happen, when compared to other competitors, our price will be very cheaper. So we can start our product over there, so that we can earn by the profits. In different regions, they are showing interest to sell their product in international market. Now I have a video, and this presentation was given by one IIT professor. Now he will be also talking about the location facilities. Now we'll see in his context, whatever the points I was not covered, you can able to find out in this presentation. We'll see the presentation.
Namaskar friends, welcome to session 17 in our course on operations management. As you are aware, we have started the discussion in week 4 of our course. In the last 3 weeks, we have seen the fundamental aspects of operations management, we have seen product design and development, and we have seen sales or demand forecasting. So once we know what the company wants to make, and we understand that in what quantity or in how much quantity we are going to produce, we have to take a very cautious call on where the facility or where this production has to be carried out. And in that aspect, we have to understand the nitty-gritties of plant location and the plant layout. So discussion in week 4 and 5 will focus on plant location and plant layout. And if you remember, in the last session, we have covered the basic of facilities location or basics of facilities location in session 16. In 16, we have covered the decisions or the strategic decisions related to the location of a factory. We have seen, starting from a country, we have to decide a region or a state, and within the state we have to decide a site. So once the site is selected, we have to see that how physically the facilities will be located in that site in order to meet the overall objective of operations management, that is to produce the right quantity of material at right time in right quality at reasonable cost. So 4 important catchwords that I have been explaining once and maybe number of times, that is, we have to ensure the quality, quantity, time and the cost. So, here also our major objective of this decision making or strategic decision making related to plant location and plant layout is to ensure that we meet the overall objectives of the operations management. So, in the last session, that is session number 16, we have covered that what are the critical success factors related to the selection of a country, what are the success factors related to the selection of a state or a region, and what are the critical success factors related to the selection of a site. And then we had a very brief overview of plant layout, and we have seen the definitions of plant layout. Today our focus will be to slightly understand with the help of an example or a number of examples that how or what are the factors that are responsible for plant location. We have already seen that once we have to decide a country, what factors we have to take into account. Once we have to select a region, what factors we have to take into account. Sorry, once we have to select a site, what are the factors. So, in general, maybe there are few factors which are common to each of these decisions related to country, region, and site. There are few factors which are specific to when we have to select a country. There are specific factors which are related to the decision regarding the selection of a region, and there are specific factors which are related to the decision regarding the selection of a site. So, there are few factors which are common, which we club them as the controllable and the uncontrollable factors. So, there are a number of factors which we have already covered, but we can further classify them as controllable factors and uncontrollable factors that we are going to study today. And then with the help of certain examples, we will try to understand that how these factors help us to take a judicious decision regarding the plant location. So, let us quickly maybe understand the controllable and the uncontrollable factors. Now, what are the factors affecting plant location? General locational factors include controllable and uncontrollable factors for all types of organizations. So, basically there are two types of factors, controllable and uncontrollable. Otherwise, we have seen, if you remember in the previous session, that is session number 16, which was the first session of week 4, we have covered specific factors when we have to decide a country. Maybe for any multinational company decides India as its plant location, or India as a country where they want to establish their factories or plants or manufacturing facilities. They will focus on certain factors. Within India, suppose now they have to decide which state. Can it be Himachal Pradesh, or it can be Karnataka, or it can be Bihar. So, they have to focus on the state. Then within the state, maybe in Karnataka, suppose they zero down that we are going to set up a plant in Karnataka, ours is a consultancy company, ours is a software based company. Why not to decide on Karnataka where already certain companies are functioning? So, they may focus on Bangalore. Within Bangalore, they will focus on a specific site, that this is the area where we are going to start our company. So, starting from country to state to a city and then to a site, all this comes under plant location. And for making this decision, there is a complete list of parameters that are taken care by the company. So, all these parameters or this list of parameters we can divide into two. One can be controllable parameters, others can be uncontrollable parameters. So, maybe one example that I can share is the climatic conditions. Now, maybe Patna may have a specific climatic conditions, a thermal or maybe a temperature cycle year round, that is beyond the control of the maybe beyond the control of the company people or the people who are managing the company. This is one decision which is out of control. weather of a particular location is beyond the control of people working for the organization. So, that can be one of the uncontrollable factors. Controllable factors can be that they can take a conscious call that maybe we will be able to get more skilled people in this particular region of maybe a particular state. So, that can be a conscious call, controllable factor, where they can take a decision that yes, this is the region based on the skill set of the people involved or required for the production facility. So, we can say both controllable and uncontrollable factors can have different examples. Even all the learners can think of maybe case studies or can think of examples which fit into these factors that we are going to cover today. So, maybe the list of factors may not be that interesting for all of you, but if you focus on the examples of each and every factor, you will be able to understand the thought process that can be used for making this decision. So, basically the memorizing the factors may not be that important, but the examples based on these factors will definitely enrich your knowledge base and will definitely make your thought process more aligned in this strategic decision related to the plant location. So, the factors we are going to cover maybe in today's session are the controllable and the uncontrollable factors. So, general location factors which are controllable are proximity to the markets. Now, there can be a market of a particular product in a particular part of the country. Now, one example is coming to my mind. Suppose there is a particular region in a country where it is the temperature is always above 35 degrees centigrade. What can be? Maybe suppose ours is a ice cream making organization. We are making ice creams. It is always advisable that the temperature is always above 35 degrees centigrade. So, all round the year there will be a demand of the ice cream. So, why not to set up our facility at that location only, so that since the demand is continuous, we can produce continuously and we can make more profit. Instead of locating our facility in a region where you have maybe half the year the temperature is just maybe around 0 to 5 degrees centigrade, and in the remaining 6 months the temperature may go highest maybe 12 to 15 degrees centigrade only. So, the maybe the demand for the ice cream may not be that sharp in that region. So, maybe that is one thing, that is proximity to the market, that we need to understand that this is the market. Why not to fix, or why not to fix this location for setting up our manufacturing plant. So, that is one example that is readily coming to my mind. Then the supply of raw materials. We can further try to take one example. Suppose we want to set up a thermal power plant in which coke or coal is the important raw material. So, you will see that most of the thermal power plants will be located near the coal fields only, so that the transportation cost is saved. So, supply of raw materials will also maybe influence our decision related to the location of the plant or the manufacturing facility. Transportation facilities. Now, suppose the raw material has to be transported by railway as the source of medium or as the medium of transportation. We will try to locate our facility in such a way that it is near to the railway line or near to the existing railway line. So, transportation facilities are also important. Infrastructural facilities are important. Now, suppose maybe this can be related to the civil infrastructure or the communities where people can live and work for our organization. Availability of labor and wages. The wages prevalent in a specific location may be different from the average wages of a other location. So, what is the availability and how much do we need to pay to labor in order to make them work for our organization. So, these are controllable factors. Why they are controllable? Because all this data is available with us. We know the availability of labor, we know how much is the prevalent wages in the particular region, we know the infrastructural development of that particular region, we know the transportation facility or transportation mediums or sources available. So, most of the things are known. So, we can control, or these are controllable factors which will help us in the decision making related to our manufacturing facility. Then there are uncontrollable factors. On your screen you can see the government policy. As organizers or as company people or as corporate decision makers, it may be beyond our control. The government may have different thought process related to a specific policy. So, government policies are beyond our control. Climatic conditions, as I have already explained in the beginning of today's session, are beyond our control. So, that is one thing that we have to live with, which is maybe a particular temperature or a temperature profile all around the year. That is what the is maybe the climate of that particular region that we cannot control. And if you see that most of the companies have come up in regions which are climatically soothing for, or maybe climatically comfortable for the workers. Then supporting industries and services may be another parameter which is uncontrollable, because we may wish that we will set up our plant here, all the ancillary units will be developed around our plant, but that is beyond our control. That is supporting industries and industries and services is an important factor which is beyond our control. Community and labor attitudes, we cannot control the labor attitudes of specific region. Attitudes may be different. We have seen that cultural differences are there. So, those are beyond our control. Community infrastructure is also beyond our control. So, we can see that there are a large list, or there is a large list of factors that we have seen in the previous session, and most of these factors now we are trying to classify them as controllable factors and uncontrollable factors. So, as a decision maker, what must be my focus? My focus must be on those factors which I can control, and I should leave those factors which are beyond my control, because as a corporate person I may not be able to influence the government policy. So, government policy, we have to live with whatever the government has decided. So, as government is of the people, they will definitely take care of the business interests of the organization. So, that is beyond our control. Climatic conditions, we cannot help it, that is also beyond our control. So, our focus must be on the controllable factors. Whatever information is available with us, whatever data is available with us, we must focus on that data and information and make a judicious choice about the location where we are going to establish our factory. Now, let us see the controllable factors as one by one, and as have been listed in the previous slide. First one is the location of facilities close to the market. So, one thing is very sure, I have taken an example also, that we must decide on the plant location which is near to the market. How it will help us? It will provide goods and services at time and at reasonable price. Because we are close to the market, we will be able to deliver the requirement posed by the customer quickly. Reduce the transportation cost, which is a common sense thing only, that if we are close by to the market, we need not have maybe lot of transportation cost, it can be easily controlled. Now location of facility is close to the market, again maybe from product, based on the product we can have another advantage, that delicate and susceptible to spoilage. If our product is very delicate, there are chances that it may break during transportation. In that case also we must decide on the location which is near to the market where the product is going to be sold. Similarly, if it is susceptible to spoilage, over suppose we make a product and it has a shelf life of 3 days only, and the most of the customers are maybe in a particular state, we must try to decide the location of our manufacturing facility within that state only, because if the shelf life is 3 days and we make it at a 2000 kilometers or 2500 kilometers away and it has to be transported by railways, it may take maybe 48 hours to travel this 2500 kilometers distance. Therefore, it may get spoiled as the shelf life is very low. So, why not to locate the facility where the demand actually is. So, if the product is delicate, if it is susceptible to damage, services are promptly required very often, shelf life of the product is low. So, from product point of view also we have to look that where the location must be. So, proximity to the market is most of the time an advantage when we decide to locate our facility. So, if we are able to locate our plant near to the market, in 99% cases we are going to be at an advantage only. Supply of raw materials is very important.
Okay, this is what briefly he want to convey to us. Anyway, next class we can able to see